A dangerous storm system is threatening the United States, with tornadoes, flash flooding, and destructive weather possible over the coming days. Today's precipitation map shows that the United States is experiencing a mix of light and moderate rainfall across several regions. The most widespread rain is stretching from parts of the mid-Atlantic into the Northeast, where steady showers are moving through areas around Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and toward New York. Light to moderate rain is also affecting portions of the Southeast, including parts of Florida and nearby Gulf Coast communities. Across the Southwest, scattered showers are developing over Arizona and New Mexico, bringing brief periods of rain, while much of the Central Plains and Texas remain mostly dry, with only isolated precipitation. The upper Midwest is seeing a few light rain bands, but no widespread heavy rainfall at this time. Overall, today's precipitation is uneven, with most rainfall remaining light to moderate across the country. However, residents should stay weather aware because conditions can change quickly. Over the next 3 days, there is a growing risk of heavier rain and stronger storm systems developing across parts of the eastern and southeastern United States. Localized flooding, reduced visibility on roads, and travel disruptions could become possible if these systems strengthen. Everyone is encouraged to monitor local forecasts and remain prepared for rapidly changing weather conditions. Today's wind map shows mostly light to moderate wind conditions across much of the United States, with a few regions experiencing stronger gusts. The strongest winds are currently affecting parts of the Great Lakes, where speeds are reaching around 30 to 35 miles per hour, especially near the Chicago area. Along the northeast coast, including areas near New York and New England, brisk onshore winds are continuing, making conditions feel cooler and creating rough conditions along the coastline. Across the southeast, including Florida, winds remain moderate with occasional stronger coastal gusts. Much of the Central Plains, Texas, and the Midwest are seeing lighter winds, creating relatively calm conditions. In the Southwest, including California, Arizona, and Nevada, wind speeds remain mostly light, although a few isolated areas could experience brief afternoon gusts. Overall, today's wind pattern is not causing widespread impacts, but outdoor activities may still be affected in areas with stronger gusts. Looking ahead over the next 3 days, there is an increasing risk of a stronger wind pattern developing across parts of the eastern and central United States. If this system strengthens, damaging wind gusts, difficult travel for high-profile vehicles, falling tree branches, and scattered power outages could become possible. Residents should stay alert and continue monitoring local weather updates. Today's temperature map shows a wide range of temperatures across the United States, with the hottest conditions centered over the southern states. Texas is experiencing some of the highest temperatures of the day, with areas around Dallas reaching about 33 degrees Celsius and Houston close to 30 degrees. Warm conditions also continue across the Gulf Coast and much of Florida, where temperatures are staying in the upper 20s. Across the Southeast, including Georgia and nearby states, afternoon temperatures remain comfortably warm in the mid-20s. The Midwest is cooler, with Chicago near 22 degrees and Minneapolis around 24 degrees, providing more pleasant conditions. The Northeast is also enjoying moderate temperatures, with Washington close to 29 degrees and New York around 26 degrees. Along the West Coast, temperatures remain milder, while higher elevations across the Rockies continue to stay noticeably cooler. Overall, today's temperatures are typical for midsummer, with the hottest weather focused across the southern United States. However, over the next 3 days, there is an increasing risk of a dangerous heat wave expanding across parts of the south and central United States. If temperatures continue to rise, extreme heat could increase the risk of heat-related illnesses, dehydration, and dangerous conditions for anyone spending extended time outdoors. Residents should stay hydrated, limit outdoor activity during the hottest hours, and continue following local weather updates. Today's humidity map shows a noticeable contrast across the United States, with the highest moisture levels concentrated over the southern and eastern parts of the country. The Gulf Coast, including Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida, is experiencing very humid air, making temperatures feel significantly warmer than the actual readings. High humidity also extends across much of the southeast and into parts of the mid-Atlantic, where sticky conditions are expected throughout the day. Along the East Coast, including areas around Washington and New York, humidity remains elevated, creating a muggy atmosphere. In contrast, the western United States, including much of California, Nevada, Utah, and the higher elevations of the Rockies, is experiencing much drier air, making conditions feel more comfortable despite warm temperatures. The upper Midwest, including Minnesota and nearby states, is also seeing relatively lower humidity compared to the Gulf Coast. Overall, today's highest humidity is centered across the southern and eastern United States. Looking ahead over the next 3 days, there is an increasing risk of extremely humid air combining with rising temperatures across parts of the south and east. If this pattern strengthens, dangerous heat index values, increased heat stress, and a higher risk of strong thunderstorms could develop. Residents should stay hydrated, avoid prolonged outdoor activity during peak afternoon hours, and continue monitoring local weather updates. Today's pressure map shows a fairly stable weather pattern across much of the United States. High pressure is dominating large portions of the central and western states, with pressure values generally ranging between 1,013 and 1,020 millibars. This is helping many areas experience relatively calm and steady weather conditions. Across the Midwest, including Minnesota and Chicago, pressure remains slightly higher, supporting stable conditions with limited weather disturbances. The southern states, including Texas and the Gulf Coast, are also under moderate pressure, contributing to generally settled weather. However, along the East Coast, pressure is noticeably lower, especially from the mid-Atlantic into the Northeast, where values are closer to 1,005 to 1,008 millibars. This lower pressure zone is supporting more active weather and a greater chance for changing conditions. Overall, today's pressure pattern suggests that most of the country is experiencing stable weather, while the eastern United States remains the most active region. Looking ahead over the next 3 days, there is an increasing risk that a stronger low-pressure system could develop and intensify over parts of the eastern United States. If this system strengthens, it could bring stronger winds, heavier rainfall, localized flooding, and travel disruptions. Residents across the East should stay alert, monitor local weather forecasts closely, and be prepared for rapidly changing weather conditions if the pressure continues to fall.